The other night I was scrolling through the Game Jolt newsfeed, and because I'm a part of FNAF Fangame's community page, I got suggested a post from There's No Stake saying that the Graveyard Shift of Freddy's demo had just released. And at this point, I have not seen or heard anything about this game, and I thought it'd be something to just pop on for half an hour, get some enjoyment, and move on. Yeah, that was not the case, and this game has quickly become one of my favorite FNAF fan games. Graveyard Shift of Freddy's is a FNAF fan game the style of those FNAF ransomware videos, and it achieves its effects so well that the developers actually have to add a warning screen to the game to tell you, no, this is not a virus and it's an actual game. And as hilarious as that is, the warning is valid. Despite how little I've actually seen about FNAF ransomware, from just a quick glance you can tell this game nails the distorted and slapped together feel those videos have. And this is where I have to pause. If you've not played Graveyard Shift, go and play it. I cannot beg you enough. While it is only a 2-night demo, and a lot of features that will be in the final game are not in there, but have been shown off in dev streams, I beg you to play this game before watching this video, because I don't want to spoil a single thing about this game. But for those of you who have played it, let's just jump right into it, because this game's been on my mind for days, and I cannot wait any longer to talk about it. Off the bat, this game looks amazing. It has this soft static filter over everything that achieves an almost analog found footage aesthetic, and every individual room in this game has so much character, I just love it. And the animatronic designs are beautiful and all look fantastic. Bonnie has this way of looking like a silly little guy and becoming a monster when up close. And Chica, who is by far my favorite part of this game, looks perpetually stoned out of her mind, which is a hilarious design, and yet it works really well in gameplay. And last but not least in this demo is the cupcake with little finger arm thingies, and it's just a genuinely horrific design for being such a small little guy. And I would talk about all the other animatronic designs, like look at this snake, but since they don't actually move in this demo, and that's such a big part of why they're so scary, I'm gonna refrain from making any opinions about them until I see them in action. Okay, editor core is gonna jump in here. I am gonna talk about Freddy because just look at that head turn. He is horrific. Moving past graphics, the way this game handles the cameras is a great twist on the formula, making something that's usually within our control and tying it to a timer that forces it to swap forward every 6 seconds with no way of going back to the previous camera, and the only way to increase this timer is putting the cameras down, which makes it a lot harder to keep track of the animatronics, knowing that while you wait for this timer to recharge, they could have moved 1, 2, or maybe even 3 rooms. And this system would suck if not for the speed up feature, which forces you to quickly switch from camera to camera. However, this comes with its own downsides, as the more you use the speed up, the fuzzier and fuzzier the cameras get, making it nearly impossible to see anything, forcing us back into the office to reset them using the router on our desk, invoking the sense of uncertainty that the game thrives off of, as you never know what could be happening around your office at any given moment. Once the animatronics do reach your office, they can be fended off in 2 separate ways. The first is this huge shutter door that acts as a window for our office, and we just slam it down in any threat's face. And side note, Bonnie's slow walk up to the window just to stare at you, and Chica's deadpan stare in the corner only to swiftly hide in the shadows genuinely caught me off guard the first time I saw them. And their animations in the cameras. Oh, their animations in the cameras. Bonnie's snappy head turns at the sound of the alarms, and Chica full sprinting down the hallway at me. Let me be the first to say, I nearly shit myself trying to figure out what to do when I first saw that, and the fact you can hear her running around outside your office did not help at all. The second way to defend yourself is the alarm system, which can be used to scare off the cupcake and distract Bonnie from entering the door behind you or to your side. On my first playthrough, however, I had no clue that we had to sound the alarm on Bonnie, leading to this terrifying moment. Oh my god, what the hell? Ooh, okay. Let me tell you, even while editing this video, the jump scares continue to scare me, and I've played this game around 4 or 5 times just to get all the footage for this, and they still make my heart skip a beat. The mix of this loud, blood-curdling scream, and the animatronics quite literally jumping at you or physically grabbing you, works amazingly. Not to mention the 1-2 punch of the analog horror jump scare and the constant screaming in the background of that really caught me off guard the first time. And it's honestly disturbing once you actually read the text that's flashing on screen, which I can only guess is describing the image on the right, and I don't even know if that's safe to show, but I'm gonna risk it anyway. Now before I fully move on to the audio design of this game, I really want to talk about what I hope to see from gameplay in the future of this game. I love The Office, but in its current state it feels very bland and boring, While yes, it serves its purpose, it's just the time between waiting for animatronics to show up or waiting for camera timers to reset is filled with nothing but dead air. I constantly found myself just sitting there, playing with the shutter door or lights, just waiting and waiting for something to happen. I'm no game designer, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but an interesting mechanic to shake things up will be having an animatronic that directly targets your side and back doors and is unaffected by the alarms just like Chica, that you have to constantly check those two doors and brace them to avoid attacks. This way there's more to actually do while waiting for anything else to happen, and this would be a great way to keep the player engaged rather than just sitting in the office and doing nothing. Graveyard Shift at Freddy's has zero ambient sound other than the quiet buzzing of the office and the aforementioned footstep sounds the animatronics make. And while for some this may be underwhelming or boring, this lack of sound really helps amplify the tension that this game works really hard to build. Hearing the animatronics' footsteps around your office while you wait for a camera to reset, or having the exact opposite happen with just silence surrounding you while you wait for an animatronic to just show itself, is absolutely terrifying. And according to dev streams, there are rare audio events that can happen during the night, such as a Toreador march playing in the distance. During my playthroughs, however, I never experienced any events, so I have no clue if they're included in the demo. Another part of the audio design that works amazingly is the really intense background tracks that play around 4 AM each night, and the animatronics make one last dash for your office, completely shifting the tone of this game from this quiet, controlled situation to this mad dash to keep everything under control for these last 2 minutes. On another note, the voice acting in this game is really solid. Despite that, however, the phone guy's advice is really ambiguous. The game tells us to scare him off with loud sounds, and you expect to be referring to Bonnie, as he's the only animatronic we faced so far to the response to the alarms. But no, it's actually referring to the Cupcake, who we can only use the alarms on once he's in his final stage and not a moment sooner. But once you understand what he means, it becomes a lot easier to understand the mechanics and beat the game. Hi everyone who actually did make it to the end here. I'm Core. I never actually officially introduced myself. And Steak, if you're somehow watching this through the great web of YouTube, hi. This game is amazing, and you've made a product that has quickly risen to second on my FNAF tier list. I think it was originally The Joy Creation, Juniors, and Pop Goes, and this game has quickly put itself in second place there. And you and your team have just made an amazing project, and I am rambling about it here. It was so hard to fit everything I wanted to say in those 8 minutes, and I really didn't fit everything I wanted to say. There was a lot more I wanted to say, I just could not find the actual wording for it, otherwise it just would have sounded incoherent and rambly how this does. So, thanks for stepping by. I'm really excited for what you create next. Please don't cancel this game, okay? Like, I get you cancel the cog forever spinning. I'm not too sure on that. I never actually did research on that. I probably should have done research on that. This game is amazing, and I just cannot wait for what you and your team make next. And I am rambling, so thanks for stopping by, and I will see you if I make another one of these videos. I really hope I make another one of these videos, because it was really fun. Bye!